Good afternoon. Distinguished members of the Commission, thank you for this opportunity to testify today. I'm currently a visiting scholar at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace and previously served as a member of the Turkish Parliament. These are challenging times. The United States is navigating multiple global crises, supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression, and managing the ongoing instability in the Middle East. Amid this turbulence, the South Caucasus presents a unique opportunity to advance US interests by helping broker a durable peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan at a relatively modest diplomatic cost. This is once-in-a-generation opportunity for American leadership as it competes with Russia and China to reshape the future of this strategically vital region, situated at the crossroads of Eurasia's energy and trade routes. Historically, the South Caucasus has been dominated by Russia. Armenia and Azerbaijan have endured decades of conflict since the collapse of the Soviet Union, with Russia exploiting tensions to maintain its influence, its regional influence and military presence. Today, however, the era of Russian dominating is nearing its end. As Armenia and Azerbaijan seek greater autonomy from Moscow, decisive American engagement will be critical to their success. Following 2 decades, 2 devastating wars since the 1990s, and the mass displacement and ethnic cleansing of Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh in 2023, Armenia and Azerbaijan have taken bold steps, agreeing on the full text of a peace agreement in March 2025. Yet, President Aliyev of Azerbaijan remains hesitant to finalize the accord, seeking additional concessions and leaving the door for future military escalation. The United States should explicitly make clear that it is time for peace in the South Caucasus, and any further escalation will carry serious consequences. Equally important, the US should clearly demonstrate the tangible benefits both Armenia and Azerbaijan stand to gain from lasting peace. Active diplomatic engagement and meaningful economic collaboration could unlock substantial opportunities for the region, including the establishment of the Middle Corridor, a strategic trade route linking Europe and Central Asia through the South Caucasus. This initiative would foster economic growth, facilitate energy flows, and secure Western access to the critical rare earth resources in the Central Asia, all bypassing Russian influence. Turkey's role is essential. My country, Turkey's role is very essential. Ankara officially supports peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan and recognizes the region's strategic significance. Yet, Turkey has hesitated to exert sufficient pressure on its ally, President Aliyev. Although Prime Minister Pashinyan's recent meeting with Erdogan in Istanbul was historic, establishing formal diplomatic relations and opening the Turkish-Armenian border remain unresolved. Turkey should open the border and establish formal diplomatic relations with Armenia as soon as possible. The US should actively engage Ankara to pursue comprehensive normalization with Yerevan and encourage President Erdogan to leverage his influence with President Aliyev to secure lasting peace in the South Caucasus. In this context, deepening the US-Armenia strategic partnership is crucial. Enhanced bilateral ties, economic collaboration, and security cooperation with Yerevan will stabilize the region, strengthen democratic governance, and counterbalance pressures from adversarial powers. President Trump is uniquely positioned to personally engage with President Aliyev and Prime Minister Pashinyan, urging them to seize this historic moment to achieve peace. Essential elements for lasting peace should include the immediate release of Armenian political prisoners, which the US can facilitate through diplomatic leverage. Allow me to close on a personal note, Mr. Chairman. As an Armenian from Turkey who served in the Turkish Parliament for 9 years, I have actively worked and struggled for reconciliation among Armenians, Turks, and Azeris. I deeply understand the devastating costs of the absence of peace in both the recent and more distant past. The region has experienced wars, mass migrations, and atrocities, including ethnic cleansing and genocide. While we cannot undo the tragedies of our ancestors endured, a peaceful and just future remains achievable. The people of Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Turkey are ready. Committed US engagement can now make all the difference. Peace is the only path to healing. After ending the cycle of retribution, we must establish mechanisms for reconciliation to heal the wounds of the victims and their families. In a time of global uncertainty and fragmentation, the South Caucasus can become a success story for US diplomacy, a model of reconciliation and shared prosperity. We will never forget the past, but let us not miss this historic opportunity to build a better future. Thank you again for the privilege to testify today, Mr. Chairman.